Did you know that mass surveillance in Europe isn't banned? Stay with me. There's a lot more to the story than you may think, so let me tell you about it. So far, I've discussed laws that shape your digital life and that protect you, the EU citizen. But laws are only part of the story. Where your rights are actually being tested is in court, and case law has shaped your right to privacy with regard to mass surveillance. The Snowden revelations exposed mass surveillance programs like PRISM and Tempora, and a fundamental question emerged. Can governments monitor everyone's communications and still respect your right to privacy? This is where the European Court of Human Rights stepped in cases like Big Brother Watch v UK and Centrum för Rättvisa v Sweden. And here's the key takeaway: surveillance isn't automatically illegal, but it must follow strict conditions. Under Article 8 ECHR, the right to privacy, surveillance is only allowed if it meets three conditions. One, it must be lawful, meaning that there must be clear and accessible rules. Two, it must be legitimate, meaning that surveillance must pursue a valid aim, like national security. And three, it must be necessary, meaning that it should not just be useful, but strictly required in a democratic society. But the court went even further because mass surveillance affects everyone, so there must be strong safeguards. So the court demanded that there must be limits be put on who can be targeted, limits on data storage, clear rules on how data is used and shared, independent oversight, and real ways to challenge abuse. In Big Brother Watch, the court introduced something crucial: end to end safeguards, meaning that surveillance must be controlled at every stage before, during, and after it happens. Because in reality, you will not know when you're being surveilled, so the system must protect you when you can't protect yourself. And when the safeguards are missing, the court finds violations, which existed in both mass surveillance programs conducted in the UK and Sweden. But here's the twist: these decisions were not unanimous. Judges deeply disagreed on how far government should be allowed to go. Judge Punto del Albuquerque warned that the court had gone too far, even saying that it could open a door to an electronic Big Brother in Europe. Others, like Judge Lemons and Judge Bosniak, pushed for stronger privacy protections. But some judges went in the other direction, arguing that there should be no restriction at all. So, what does this mean? Well, your privacy is protected, but it is not absolute. And even in the highest court, the balance between security and privacy is still being debated. In other words, that your rights are written in law, but it is constantly being negotiated.